Good morning, friends. My name is Eric V. I am the owner and the voice of FutureSquawk.com. Guys, I am here live for you. It is 7:29 with 19 seconds, 20 seconds here at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Yeah, guys, I'm down here live broadcasting from you from the 4 the CME this morning. For those of you guys who are in our chat room, you are seeing some charts. For those of you guys who are not, who are watching the live stream or watching the recorded live stream, yeah, you know what? There's no charts available to you, so you're just gonna have to pull up some charts on your own and yeah, and bring the heat today. Today is Friday. Friday is we were up 400 points yesterday, give or take, on the Dow. Yeah, guys, we're down 65. That's the 7:30 bell in the background. You know it. So, guys, we were up. We're up 400 points yesterday. We're down 60 points today. We're down 23 and a quarter on the Nasdaq. We're down 6.5 on the ES, guys, and we have established a long position, guys. We have established a long position right here at the trade down into the 35, guys. I was on the train on the way in this morning, guys, and yeah, I definitely bought some for myself on the 35s and the pullback to the 35s, and once I got in here this morning at the 7:18 time frame, I bought some on the charts here, established it up, bought it in the portfolio. So, guys, yeah, we are net long this market off the lower extremes, guys. Net longs off the lower extremes, and guys, that's what we are seeing. We are seeing that lower extreme come to life. Good morning, Sean. GM to you, yes, sir. New day, fresh start. So we are seeing some buying come in off those lower extremes, guys. Why did we buy some lower extremes? Let's talk about that. So go ahead and pull up an ES. Let's do a 30-minute chart, guys. An ES 30-minute chart, yeah, guys. We have trade all the way down to the 2820 as a key area. We did have spike below it all the way down to 2803, but we came back and closed back above that key 2820 area. Yeah, guys, we did on Wednesday overnight session, and Thursday nothing but higher highs and higher lows, and we did make a lower low just this morning. But, guys, taking a look at the areas of balance that we have seen here. Big area of balance in the open yesterday morning in the opening part of the session, guys. Yeah, we did see here that 35 area act as a key support, so we could either fat crayon that and bring it up to the 3620s, or we could leave that 35 as a final balance in the previous overnight session. I choose to because there's more buying tails associated there. I have a tendency to leave the 35 right where it is. That is a big area for us. If we're gonna continue higher, I apologize, guys. If we're gonna continue higher, I think this is where we continue higher from. So definitely something to be keeping your eyes on, my friends, and definitely something that we would want to participate into the upside if we do continue to see trade back up. So in the overnight session, we have two balance areas lower, guys. 2 balance areas lower. So we do have all the way from the high of the session, which is the 49s. Yeah, all the way from the 49s down to the 43 quarters. And we do have from the 43 quarters all the way down to that 3766 with the spike low below it. Initiative out of balance to the downside, that did fail. So, guys, I do expect with initiative out of the downside that failed, especially on the 7 o'clock time frame, with news out of Turkey saying that they're not going to release Andrew Bronson, I don't remember his name exactly. The American pastor who's being held took. He says, nope, no, 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 we will not release him. Then, yeah, so that does appear to be part of the news that we saw at that time frame. So, guys, it looks like nothing's going to happen in the Turkish situation. So, like I said, I expect today expectations are, without a doubt, expectations are for chop, right? We expect chop today, uh, without a doubt. So today is because of the big move that we saw yesterday. We saw because of the move that we saw higher from those extremes. I think Friday is just going to be today with a lack of numbers. The only thing we have today are leading indicators, and we have Baker Hughes rig count, and we also have University of Michigan sentiment, so consumer sentiment. So neither of those three are large movers. So I do expect to see, unless we have something crazy happening in the political front, I do expect to see nothing but chop today. I think 35 on the ES is the low, and I do think that 42 and a half, no, let's call it 45 halves of the high. 35 to 45 halves in the ES. That's what definitely looks pretty reasonable to be in that area. So yeah, I think that the 35 was the low of the day that we just put in. I do think that we see chop all the way here from that 35. I really think that more like this 37 half will be the next swing low, and then we will see all the chop all the way up to the 30 to the 45 halves today. So somewhere in there where we end up, I have no idea, but I do think that is much more doable than what we have seen recently. I do think that I was looking at for 7 point range chop yesterday on the close is kind of what I was thinking, and but I do think with that spike down to 35, I think the trend is continuing back higher, and I do think that we do see chop in this range today. Nothing but chop. Well, I do think it may be wide range chop. I mean, we may get our 10 before 10, but guys, probably not in a way that you're looking for. On the 5 minute, guys, on the 5 minute time frame, yeah, we did have overlapping balances lower. We do not see. We'd have to see trade all the way up into the 40.75, guys. 40.75 to invalidate the 5 minute short lean. Yeah, 40.75 to invalidate the 5 minute short lean, guys. I do think that it will happen sooner rather than later, actually. But yeah, guys, we are still believing in the not the 5 minute sell off that we have seen the overnight. We are believing in 30 minute value higher, guys, and we are long from the 28 38s, guys. 28 38s. We are long from this morning. All right, guys, that takes care of the ES. Like I said, expectation is for chop today, guys. Let's take a look at that YM. Let's take a look at that YM, guys. YM was, oh my goodness, YM was quite the leader yesterday. There's no doubt about it. That YM, like we talked about in Chart Talk yesterday morning, was an initiative to the upside. There's no doubt about it, and did not look back. So, guys, we are seeing here in the overnight session, we are seeing a spike up. YM did spike up in the overnight session. And, guys, you know what we saw in the overnight session? We saw that spike up on some good news and some good earnings. And, guys, we did see a high of 25,655, guys. 655, which is well over the regular trading hour session of the 600. So we did see that spike up, guys. Ever since then, ever since that spike up, we have seen continued selling in the YM. YM is down 66 points as we speak, and balancing on these recent lows after that spike down, guys. We are balancing and starting to move back higher. However, definitely something to take a look at in the YM. And I do think for those of you guys who are trading on the 5-minute time frame, I think the short lean is in for now, all the way up into the 568 area, 569. I think as long as we are below the 569, we're trading the 527s right now. I think that the short lean is in for those of you guys who are participating to the downside in this YM. However, after the big day that we had yesterday, after the buy off the lows on the 24,955 lows that we saw on Wednesday, yeah, guys, I think it's hard. I think it's hard for us to bet against this YM on any sort of longer time frame. Even though on the 30-minute, on the 4-hour, yeah, guys, it is weaker. It is weaker than the other two, well, three majors essentially. So let's take a look at the 4-hour, guys. The 4-hour, yeah, we did see initiative out of balance again to the upside on that 4-hour time frame, and we are back into balance, guys. So initiative out of balance in the overnight session, and we are back into balance again. But yeah, I definitely do think that that the chances are that we continue the upside. Let's take a look at the 30-minute, same thing that we saw on the 5-minute. We are below the closing range, closing balance in the YM. We are below it. And I do think as long as we stay below it, yeah, I think that the potential of the downside is still there, especially down into this 434 area. However, guys, I do see trade above that at 566 as a key indicator for us. And I do think that we will continue to see range expansion to the upside. So guys, I do believe this is a good buying opportunity with risk below. Recent high. Yeah, you're right, Sean. The recent high was tested in the YM, right? Still well off those all-time highs. But yeah, guys, YM was definitely the strongest yesterday. So whereas we have a chop in the crude, potential, I'm seeing a chop in the crude from 35 to 45 halves. I am seeing here, guys. A chop in the NASDAQ on the 5-minute. Let's call it. I'm going to call that low of the day, that to 505 all the way up until, yeah, actually I'm going to call it the 608, 505 to 608 today. So from 505 to 608 in the YM, I think that's going to be those are going to be some decent chop levels that we will see today, 505 to 608. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Nasdaq. Man, yesterday, let's talk about the Nasdaq yesterday. Yesterday, Nasdaq was a stick in the mud. You know it was. It was a stick in the mud yesterday, guys. Let's take a look at that on the 4-hour chart very quickly, guys. I just pulled up a 4-hour chart of the Nasdaq, a 180-day 4-hour chart. You know it. We did see trade all the way back up recently. Upper extreme is the 75.05. Lower extreme is the 71.91s, guys. And I do see here that we did try below the middle of the balance on Wednesday, and yeah, we are coming back off down towards the lower end of that extreme of that balance today again on the 4-hour. However, on the 4-hour, I still do believe that we are in an uptrend, even though because we have yet to take out the middle of the extreme. Even at the lower extreme, I'm still a buyer. Probably won't be a buyer between those two too much, but yeah, I will try one more time at the lower extreme. On the 30-minute, however, 30-minute from the 75.05, guys, last Thursday, 75.05 last Thursday, all the way down to a lower low, right? To a lower low at the 73.78, all the way up to the 74.74, which was where we sold it, and then all the way down to the new low at 73.16 half. So we do have a stair-step pattern down in the Nasdaq, and we are back up. We did see in the regular trading hours yesterday, guys, in the regular trading hours yesterday, we did see the 74.34s trade. So guys, 70, write this down, 75.05, or at least see that in your chart, and then all the way down to the 73.76, 74.74, all the way down to 73.61, or 73.16. I'm sorry, 73.16. Yesterday, we did see a high of the 74.34, and guys, we have come off that into the close, and then again in the overnight session, we have seen some overlapping areas of balance lower in the overnight session, and that spiked down this morning to the 73.56, guys. We are off at trading the 64. We're down 25 points on the day, but guys, yeah, we definitely are seeing that closing range in the Nasdaq being taken out. Nasdaq was unable to make it above the previous day's highs, unlike all the other majors. The other majors did at least test above the previous day's highs. I think Nasdaq has been the weakest of all the majors recent. There's no doubt about it. In the last several trading days, we'll say the last handful of trading days, we'll call it 5, Nasdaq has been weaker than all the other majors combined. So that is what we are seeing. That's what we have seen in Nasdaq, and that's what we will likely continue to see. However, I do think we do have a trading range that is built in here today. I do think that our trading range today is the 56, so is the 73.56, all the way down, all the way up to, and I do think up is where we go to 73.87. In the Nasdaq, I think that's our trading range. Above it and below it, yeah. Can we have expansion? Sure, we can, but I think it's unlikely that we will see any expansion of the range. I think it is unlikely today. I don't think that the Nasdaq. I could be wrong, but it does not look like the Nasdaq will make it back above those highs of the day, highs of the overnight session, guys. That's on the 30 minutes. Sorry, let's jump back into the 5. Let's see what we see on the 5-minute time frame. But yeah, guys, I think the same thing. I think that Nasdaq is still expanding that 87, 88. Yeah, guys, I think there's a big area for the Nasdaq. That's kind of where we closed yesterday. I think that we'll chop it up into that area for the remainder of this session. It does look like it's just going to be a slow gradual chop higher today. So guys, let's take a look at, let's move it on over, rocket on over, and let's see what we do see here in, oh yeah, the Russell. You guys see the Russell, man. Russell came off those lows. Oh boy, did it come off those lows. That 1698 is the top of the balance area, guys. We saw trade all the way up to 1693 yesterday, and in the overnight we traded the 1691 quarters, 91 halves. So yeah, guys, we definitely have seen that Russell want to continue higher. However, on the 30-minute time frame, yeah, we're on the 5-minute right now, but on the 5-minute, on the 30-minute, yeah, guys, we have seen that Nasdaq see a little bit of an offer come in. We are coming up into invalidation of that 5-minute shortly currently, which is actually stronger than the other majors, guys. None of the other majors are up. Well, actually, that's not true. Then the ES is getting close, guys. The ES is getting close to invalidation, but YM is the closest to invalidation in the 5-minute shortly off of the bottom, guys. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on that YM. So that's on the 5-minute time frame. YM is actually showing some relative strength today. I think that YM could lead the party higher. But guys, we are seeing just nothing but a chop on this 4-hour, guys. On this 4-hour, we do have overlapping areas of balance, guys, and we do have kind of a flag pattern here on the YM. And I think that flag is going to break to the upside. I do think that all-time high is in question probably sometime next week. So yeah, that's what we are seeing. So I definitely think that's that's what we're seeing is that I'm sorry that Russell is if I said YM, I don't know why I did that. Russell is definitely showing some recent strength, and I do like that chart pattern a lot on the 4 hour time frame, on the 30-minute time frame like we talked about. Yeah, guys, just seeing some overlapping chop here all the way from the 82s all the way up to 92s, 93s, some overlapping chop, but this sell-off that we had this morning, this quick spike down and back up into on the V bottom, up into invalidation at the 86 spot. I don't know, let's call it 86 spot 5 or something like that, guys. We're trading 86 spot 3 right now. Trade up through that invalidation, continuation of the upside. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to really put a price target on this range in the YM today. I do think that the bottom is what we saw this morning. I don't know what the bottom was in that YM, 330s, 320s. So let's just say the 8320s are the lower extreme. 8320s all the way up, and now let's just call it, I think we could see the 92s again. 8320s to no. Let's call it the 90s. 90 spot 3s in the Russell. All right, guys. So that's kind of what I see for chop today. But I do see chop higher, and I do see invalidation actually being tested right now. Key level right here in the Russell. If I said YM that whole time, I apologize. I have YM on the brain as it was quite the mover yesterday, guys. But yeah. Well, guys, yeah, that is what we are seeing in those majors. Keep an eye on that Russell as we speak. As we speak, Russell is up at a key area. As we speak, ES is up at a key area, guys. Trading at 40 halves, 40 75s, right at a key area, right at the middle of the previous area bounce after initiative out to the downside. And yeah, guys, do expect to see that ES continue to rise. So yeah, guys, that is what we are seeing here on that ES. Just a couple of quick points, guys. Just a couple of quick points, but guys, oh boy, let's take a look at that crude. Look at that crude rise, guys. So let's take a look at that crude. I'm gonna see here. Yeah, guys, on that crude, on the 5-minute time frame, yeah, nothing but a bid on the crude above that 60. 65.53 area, the highs of the session. Yeah, we spiked down on the contract roll, and guys, we are all the way back up to the 65, 62s. Trading right now, 6623s in the U's, and the 65, 64s in the V's. So, guys, when I'm talking about the CLUs and CLVs, we're talking about the different contract months, guys. So yeah, that is what we are seeing. The CLU is the September contract, and the CLV8 is the October contract. So yeah, guys, that is what we are seeing. We did have roll happen last night on several platforms, but CLU and CLV have been there's been a couple days now where we have seen interest roll from one to the other. All right, CL. So the CLV is trading 65, 63s, which are up 75 cents. We did see it open yesterday at 64.80s. So 64.80s, and did see the lows in the 64.70s. But yeah, guys, we are seeing the 65, 63s trade last. That NASDAQ, so the ES is continuing to rise, guys, continuing to rise. Trading the 1 evens at 1/4, guys. 1 evens at 1/4, guys. We are seeing that ES continue to rise. Starting to see that YM continue to rise. That YM is at a key area. That 559 area, guys, is a key area in the YM. Just like this ES that 41 halves is our key area as well, just like that NASDAQ at 74 halves is a key area, guys. So we will be continue to see how these continue to rise, but that crude is continuing to rise as well. Let's go ahead and actually let's pull up a crude chart for those of you guys who are following along. Crude is /CL. Yeah, it is. You can find it on most trading platforms, and you can see here on our chart at least we did have the roll last night. So there's a spike down from the 65.44. 43 all the way down to the 64.79. That's because of the roll, guys. However, on the roll we have seen higher areas of balance areas higher all night long. That's right, you know it. I think there might be a song that talks about that. Yeah, so we have seen higher highs and not really seeing anything until we get up into the 65.90s above 65.90s, 87s, 88s. Yeah, do I start to see something that piques my attention? I start looking for a price pattern because I do think that we continue to see lower. I do think that we continue to see lower from here. But guys, yeah, the CL on the roll. Let's take a look at the CLV in particular, right? As around the roll, it's usually easier to see what chart patterns are doing in the on the individual contract. So on the individual contract, guys, yeah, we've seen nothing but a bid come in off those 63.89s. Off those 63.89s, and we saw continuation actually of that bid in the overnight session. We sure did, guys. No doubt about it. So hard to be short right here, right now at this price. But guys, yeah, we're starting to look for a price pattern up into and around. Up into and around this area. Yeah, this is 63 on the individual chart. Yeah, 63 to 66. I drew that a little high. So let me activate that and bring it down a little bit for you. I do see here we do have a previous area of balance, a larger previous area of balance from the 65.87s all the way to the 65.35s on the CLV. The middle of that is the 61s, the 60s, 59, something like that. So I guess this isn't a great area to be looking for on the CLV. On the individual chart, you can't see this if you're watching the continuous chart, but on the individual chart, yeah, guys, this is where we should be looking for a price pattern. So price pattern number one, guys, looking for that on the crude. Let's go over to the CLV, zoom in and see what we do. See what we see in the way of a price pattern here, guys. Not seeing the price pattern that we like, but do like that we are seeing some selling off of this the 61 area. So let's. I'm not going to jump in right now, but let's see how that all works out after the open. So we do have the open in 3 minutes, guys. In 3 minutes, we'll see. We'll come back and take a look at this again in 3 minutes. As we do, guys, let's roll over to the RBOB. Yeah, speaking of rolling, you know that the RBOB has been quite the mover recently to the downside, and we are off of it recent. So upper extreme is the 2.006, 2.006, and we are trading the 2.0032. Big area here in the RBOB as well, guys, and we are seeing balance and initiative out of balance on the 30-minute time frame to the upside on the RBOB. So we did have some overlapping balances into the close, into the overnight session, definitely overlapping and initiative out of balance to the upside. And we are seeing continuation of that initiative up out of balance, guys. I do think here that the 2.006 is a big area in the NASDAQ. I'm sorry, in the RBOB. Yeah, the RBOB, not the NASDAQ. My goodness, what am I talking about? So, guys, we are trading the O-halves at 0.75s. Like I talked about that. That was a big area that we saw. Up into the 1/4 and 1/2 in the ES. But we will come back right after the open. We'll see what happens right up through here. I would expect to see, just like we are seeing on the crude, I would actually like to see initiative out of balance to the upside and see that failure and come back down into it. And on the 5-minute time frame, yeah, definitely seeing that balance higher and seeing some initiative, guys. Seeing some initiative. We'll see if that initiative continues out of balance on the 5-minute time frame or not. But yeah, guys, definitely starting to see some initiative out of balance on the 5-minute time frame. So let me activate the drawing and move it over, just make it a little bit clearer for everybody. So guys, yeah, we did see overlapping areas of balance in the overnight session from so first into the close, guys. We saw that spike up into the close. We saw that spike up into the close at the 199.22 area. We did see us trade all the way down to the lower extreme of the balance at 198.09. So 199.2 all the 198.9 in the overnight. And yeah, guys, that was the first balance area higher. Second, we see 199.33s all the way up to the 200.15s. And then finally on the 5-minute time frame, we are seeing some initiative out of balance right now from this most recent area of balance of 2.0006 all the way up to 20043. We are opening the RBOB, and let's see what happens here, guys. Energies complex just opened 15 seconds ago with that beep that you heard in the background, guys. It's on a 5-minute. There we go. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here, and we'll see what happens on the crude. But guys, that is definitely some place up here that we were talking about in the crude. The 65.61 is a key area. 65.61 in the crude. The CLV8 is a key area. 65.61. And we are seeing some selling coming in on the open. So guys, that is definitely something that we want to be continued to look at. Trade back above that 65.61. Yeah, we start to get worried. As for the RBOB, like we talked about, right? The level that we talked about is that upper extreme, right? The upper extreme is the 2.006, right? 006 is the upper extreme. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to see if we can see initiative out of balance, which we are trading right now, 20062, and see if that initiative fails. As that initiative fails, we come back into balance on the 5-minute time frame, on the smallest of the time frames, guys. As soon as we get back down to the middle of that previous area of balance, that does invalidate 20025, and we will be looking for a short in the RBOB. So guys, that is definitely something we will be looking back in on over the course of the day, is that RBOB and that crude. Okay, guys, let's take a look at the gold. Last but not least, the gold is chopping them up here, guys. Key area here that we saw yesterday, that 1188.9, and we are seeing that dollar with a little bit of a, yeah, dollar's getting some sugar in the overnight session, guys. So we are seeing that rise a little bit in the overnight session, guys. The dollar's seeing the dollar rise a little bit, and yeah, guys. All right, guys, we definitely are seeing that rise, and we are seeing some continuation to the upside in the gold. However, guys, all the way up through the my apologies, all the way up through that the highs that we saw into yesterday, guys, at 1188.7, guys. I think that is our first resistance above that, guys. I think that we do see quickly 1192.7. So I think that we'll see a chop lower on the gold from the 1188s to 92s. I think that's our first target in the gold, right? 1188s to 1192s are our first chop zone in the gold. All right, guys. So that is back to the ES, and all of this is based on, actually, let's just bring it up. Finally, I know I keep on saying finally. But guys, that dollar DXY, right? That dollar DXY on a 5-minute chart, guys. We are well off those 96 984 spot 984s. We did see us come lower into the regular trading hours, lower into the overnight from Wednesday and to Thursday. Thursday we saw some appreciation come back in, but guys, we have been in the overnight session. We have been balancing them up areas lower and lower and lower on that dollar. We are at extremes. We are on the lower extremes. We are currently initiative out of balance to the downside on that dollar, and we are actually into middle of the previous area of balance, guys. Middle of the previous area of balance, and back below this, man, oh man, this starts to call into question that that longer lean on the dollar. I think that the dollar will. I don't think the dollar dies here. But yeah, the 30-minute question is starting to 30-minute trend is starting to be called into question. There's no doubt about it. Initiative out of balance. This is trade above the 95,606 areas though, so we are still initiative out of balance on the dollar. But I do think that that dollar uh, definitely definitely is starting to show a little bit of weakness on the 5-minute time frame, on the 30-minute time frame, but still initiative out of balance to the upside on the larger time frame. So definitely something to keep your eye on that dollar. So I do think the dollar will continue to rise. Don't think we're done yet, guys. Don't think we're done yet. I think dollar still has something more to prove. I think dollar still has something more to prove. So guys, we are seeing that ES come off that recent spike high that we saw all the way up into the upper extreme of that, the middle of that previous area of balance and kind of the invalidation area that we had talked about. We did see it spike up into the 41 quarters, 41 halves, and then we have seen it recently back to the 40 halves. We're trading the 38 quarters currently, and that is just slightly above our entry. Just slightly above our entry in the ES. Same thing that we can see here. Go ahead, let's take a look. We are seeing the same thing in the YM, guys. We are seeing that YM, yeah. Let's zoom that ES once more. I apologize. Yeah, guys, we are seeing that YM. It did not come even up to invalidation. We got into the key areas at 557s, 556s, 558s, and we have come right back off about 30 points on the YM. We're down 63 on the day, right where we started from. That Russell did see did see invalidation of that short lean, guys. Invalidation of that short lean on the 5-minute time frame, but we are back down below that invalidation area, and we'll see what continues to develop there in the Russell. And same thing here on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq popped up into invalidation area, the short lean, and we are back off it. We are still seeing some bid come back in on the Nasdaq, but guys, have seen some recent selling into it. I think that this is continue to be good buy opportunities personally, but we will see, and we do have a stop below the low of the day, guys. Stop below the low of the day. So we're trading 9 evens at 9 quarters, guys. 39 evens at 39 quarters. All right, so it's hard to be short the crude right now. Hard to be short the crude, even though we are seeing some really nice price patterns in the crude. As long as that RBOB continues to rise, we are seeing that RBOB at 20074, but that 2006 area that we were interested in. But that crude is having some really nice price patterns, spike ups, and some selling bars on that off that recent area. So guys, off that recent high that we saw into that key zone that we were looking for price patterns. I wish that that RBOB would participate with us, but remember, RBOB was weak yesterday, whereas crude was fairly strong. Crude was up 0.5%, I think, on the day, and RBOB was down quite a bit. So we had seen some definitely seeing some values in the ES, or we've seen some oh boy, what's the word I'm looking for? We had seen some divergence. That's the word I'm looking for. Some divergence in the ES. I'm sorry, in the crude in the energy complex between the crude and the RBOB yesterday. That RBOB is continuing to show some strength today, but guys, we will see what happens here. The 20075 area. All right, guys, that does it for our chart talk. As a final synopsis, guys, I do think we see chop today 35 to 45 halves in the ES. We see 505 to 608 in the YM. 100 points of chop. Yeah, that's right. Because we are down 64. So I think I would put us back slightly positive on the day. I do see 73.56 to 73.87 in the NASDAQ. And I do see 83.20 to 90 spot 3 in the Russell. Guys, the crude big area 65.61. We will revise if we continue to trade higher. We will revise and we'll look for another area higher to be short. Another key area is the 2.006 in the RBOB. We are trading 2.0073 last, and then the 1188 to 1192 in the gold. So I think that those are some major areas that we have seen here in those majors, and I think that we will continue to trade up in those ranges for the remainder of the trading day. I do think crude find its way back lower. Natty gas is continuing to expand its range to the upside, which is of course nice considering I bought the 2.904s yesterday. We were trading in 2.941s currently. So woohoo, good job me. But yeah, guys, those are things that I see that I think you should see too. Those are the things that I think you should think too. So you guys, it's up to you guys to look at your charts to make your proper trading decisions, your educated trading decisions. But yeah, guys, that YM is the first. I apologize. I keep on saying YM. I mean the Russell. I don't know why, but I mean the Russell. The ES, the Nasdaq, and the Russell were the first of the three in order to trade into and above invalidation on the 5-minute time frame, and are still just hanging out below that invalidation area. But the ES is rising. And that Russell was the strongest on that move higher, so definitely something to keep an eye on. I will post this information as well in the chat, and I will actually update the lean on YouTube as well. So guys, I do appreciate the fact that you are here. Appreciate the fact that you guys have been. Hey, good morning, Pat. Do appreciate the fact that you guys were here for Chart Talk. This was recorded. It is being recorded and it will be posted. I will send you guys the link as soon as it is done being recorded, guys. So again, I am Eric V. I am the owner and the voice of FutureSquawk.com, the only live broadcast from alongside the pits, the S&P pits here in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. You know it. Even some sneezing going on in the background here, guys. So that is definitely what we are seeing, definitely what we are doing, and I do appreciate your participation here in the event this morning. So guys, yes, thank you so very much, and I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your train day. I will update those leans. And for those of you guys who did not hear it, yeah, just scroll back a little bit. You will hear it again, what our leans are for the day, the chop today. Thank you so very much, and I will post this as soon as it is updated. Thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful day.